Hi traders. So in today's video I want to talk about some real stuff. In today's video I will talk about how to start coding a forex robot, and I'm not just talking about how to start to code a forex robot, but how to learn to code forex robots, because that is one of the most important advantages if you want to be better in forex trading than others. And I know it might sound competitive, but if you want to be a successful forex trader, you have to be better than other traders, because if you win, they lose, and if you lose, they win. And this is just the key factor in forex trading that you have to learn. So in today's video I want to share some knowledge about how to focus, because most traders who want to learn how to code an EA, they get just confused because there is so many information out there about this topic. And actually the problem is that, yeah, there is so much information, but there aren't informations that are truly helpful, and there is so little information on how to actually code a forex robot, and how to actually learn to code a forex robot that is not some bullshit one, some martingale grid, or some scalper, but a real forex robot with a complex price action strategy, or a real complex strategy. So in my opinion, the first thing is, don't really seek personal mentorship. I wouldn't do that, because many people who claim they are professionals, they will just grab your money and run with it. So don't do that. That is bullshit. Do the following. I will give you two places where you can start. First, MQL5 forum. This is a really great place to start to code, to start to learn to code, because there is a section, a code-based section, where you can download like hundreds and thousands of free robots with code. So that is just such a good way to start, because if you want to be a forex robot coder, you have to look at codes actually, and theory isn't enough. You have to look at codes first before you try to code yourself, and analyze codes and actually understand them, because it is just so important to understand how the structure is built. And after you learn the basics, but not in theory, but with real trading robots, and you actually try them out, and you have to see how they work on real live accounts, after that you will be so much better to start to actually code. And this is just the most important key just that I can give you to this. And so don't learn everything in theory, and not do anything. Most traders who want to make a forex EA, they learn all the theories and strategies, nice things, and they don't do anything. They just sit, and they don't have the courage to write down the code. But I have to tell you, coding is really nice because the software that you're encoding in, it will give you the exact place and the exact error that you made, so you can actually fix it. But first, go to MQL5 codebase and just grab like 10 or 100 EAs and just learn how they work and watch them trade and look at the codes. And because coding a forex robot is not that hard, an easy one, it is pretty easy. You will learn that in a really short time. But if you want to code complex price action patterns, you will need the basics, the knowledge to actually do that. So look at really easy EAs and really complex ones that you won't understand at first, but you will understand that, you know, sometime. And until then, you will have the key, the necessary knowledge to actually be, you know, the problem is with most people who want to code EAs is that if they have the courage to start, they will just start to code some EAs, but they are too lazy to actually learn some more complex stuff. And when they look at a code, and they are not, you know, a computer engineer or trader or coders, they don't have the background, they are afraid of the code structure, and oh, there are too many lines, you know, and too much. But from step to step you can actually learn it. It is not that hard to code if you have a kind of brain that is you know, that is just if you have the necessary logic, pure logic, you will understand the code structure after a while, even if you don't have background in computer science. Because even if you are coding a complex EA, it won't require necessarily, if you don't want to code, you know, really high with EAs with really high mathematical equations and stuff, but that isn't that hard too. But even a complex EA won't require like really high level programming. Of course you can code complex EAs that are required that, but you can go for a really good level, and you won't need a degree in computer science. So the third thing is to look around in CTrader's code base, because that is just so awesome. I actually it was just so good, because I was already a coder, and I was in C#. And when I found out that CTrader C-Algo trading platform is in C#, I was so fucking happy. And when I just started to download some CTrader robots and learn the structure, the API, and man, that is just so helpful. So go to CTrader's code base, you will find it under the algorithms and under the bots menu, and you can download thousands of free robots and learn, and you will have the ability to learn to code from scratch. Or if you are a coder in similar languages or in C#, you will be coding EAs in 1 day or 1 hour. So it is just really great. But if you are a complete beginner, that way, even if you're a complete beginner, I recommend for you to look around there, and in my opinion, you can learn to code a forex robot in not in years. So it won't take years for you to actually learn to code a forex robot by yourself, and that is, I think, a huge advantage, because if you know how to code your strategies and your ideas, you will have the ability to backtest your strategies anytime for, you know, up to 20 years. And that is just so much statistical advantage over the other players of the market. So then I would recommend for you to, when you have the necessary knowledge, I would recommend for you, and this is really important, to first add features to an existing EAs that another person coded, because at first you won't have the maybe you won't have the ability to code the entire structure of the EA, of the complex EA, but you can add features to it because you learned the basics. So for example, if there is a really awesome EA or C, you know, robot in C#, C algo, but it only have you know, dynamic exit, or it only has the better example is it only has stop loss and take profit, and you want to code to a really good dynamic exit because that will, you know, just level up its performance. You can do that, and it will be such a great experience because you will see, if when you test it immediately, because it is the best feeling, you will see that your code works or not, but yeah, so it is an immediate reaction. Then build a really simple bot, like your first strategy when you started forex trading, and that will be just such a good experience when you code your first robot. Even if it's simple, you will put it on the chart or real live account or a demo account, and you will see as it trades. And when you entirely coded a forex robot and it trades for you instead of you, and you can just see it, it is just so good. It is a feeling of you know, actually creating some creation. So do that. It is a really great feeling, and you will have such a boost that you will have the, you know, the feeling that you want to learn more and more and more complex stuff. And what I recommend for you is to just build a simple robot, and then don't, or it is your personality too, but what I recommend is to build a robot and then add things to it. So add indicators, learn new indicators and how to code them, add new price action patterns to it, and add new dynamic exits, you know, trading stop, break even, anything you want, or some really complex stuff. So of course not for first, but for first just add simple things to it, and always use it on your account, because you will benefit from it so much. Because based on my experience, when you actually start to use your EAs on real live accounts, you will have so much thought and idea that you want to program, because that will move your emotions and your brain and your psychology, and therefore it will generate ideas to actually see a robot working on real live accounts. So these are my pro ideas on how to code a forex robot. I hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, ciao.